So, good morning everyone.
Good morning.
How many people new today? New? కొత్త వచ్చారా? క్వాలిఫికేషన్? క్లియర్? 90 పాస్. ఎప్పటి నుంచి ఏం చేస్తున్నావు? ఖాళీగా జాబ్ చేస్తాను. జాబ్ చేస్తాను. మీరు? 20 బ్యాచ్ బీటెక్. ఈ బ్రాంచ్ ఈసీఈ సిఎస్సి. మీరు 21 లాస్ట్ 2020. Okay, so in the part of the full stack, we are going to be having a lot of things. So, yesterday we started about HTML. How many people know HTML? మీకు HTML వచ్చా? ఆల్రెడీ know. ఎంతవరకు వచ్చు? HTML, CSS ట్రైన్ టెక్ మహీంద్రా అకాడమీ. మీరు? నో. Fine, no problem. So our course curriculum is going to be something like full stack web development, and we are going to be discussing a lot of things in the part of the full stack web development. And basically full stack means there are two things. One is front end, one is the back end. One is the front end, one is the back end. In front end, what is front end? Basically what user is able to see is front end. What user can able to see is front end. Yes. What user can able to see, or what user can able to interact with. What user can able to interact with is front end. In front end, lot of technologies we have. So basically in front end, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, jQuery, Bootstrap, and in the part of the modern technology we will look at React. We go with the React JS. All these are in the part of the front end. Then what about the back end technologies? In the part of the back end, what is back end first of all? What user can't able to see and what user can't able to interact with. What user can't able to see and what user cannot able to interact with. This is basically backend. Am I clear? So Kottavallu, new persons, please try to understand what are the different kind of technologies we are going to be learning in the part of the full stack. In front end we are learning something, in back end we are learning something, and finally merging the front end and back end, and we are completely developing an application from scratch here. So for this I am telling to you guys, no need have any qualification, no need have any percentages, all these things. I don't want your qualification, I don't want your percentages. Just try to understand whatever I am telling to you and do regular practice. That is enough. Laptops unnaya meeku? Yes. So try to practice every day whatever I am telling to you, and try to execute all those things one by one, step by step. So for a few days I am going to be available afternoon time. Morning time you do practice yourself. Okay, so I will come to the second floor. Morning time you do the practice, and afternoon time I will come and I will check what you are doing, all these things. 2:30 I will come. 2:30 I will come to the second floor and I will check everybody what you people are doing and what you people are executing every day. Why? Because I just want to have every week examination, every week interview with you. I will take interviews from starting onwards. Prepare for process. End of the React or end of the Node.js, whatever it may be. End of the React, I will make you process, and I will try to place you people with React.js. So that is one section. And end of the full stack, end of the backend also, I will try to make you prepare the resumes, and I just want to make you people go with the parallel things. What parallel With technology, you have to parallelly move with the communication skills. New.
Excuse me. You mentioned
So what you want to do is technical skills, okay. Anyway, you people are learning something, and within 3 months you get upgrade something. Parallelly with the technical skills, try to go with the communication skills classes, or improve your communication skills by your own, watching English videos, watching YouTube, all these things. Try to improve your communication skills, talking skills, listening skills, understanding skills, all these things. Why? Because IT require communication, important. Why? Because if somebody is going to be telling to you, you have to get understand. And if you want to explore yourself, you have to give the English. So this is the why reason technical skills with parallelly you have to go with the communication skills. Then only you can deal with your process. You can deal with your interviews. Am I clear? So anyway, I'm taking interviews. I'm taking sample interviews, demo interviews, all these things every week. Definitely, I will conduct weekly interviews. Every week, Sunday or Saturday, I will conduct interview sessions with you. Saturday, I will plan. Saturday afternoon, I will take interviews, each and every one. Okay. Technical skills, anyway, we are learning and we are doing practice. So first of all, we need to get understand, guys, the full stack of development having front end and back end both. How much you tried in the part of the full stack? ఎంతవరకు నేర్చుకున్నావు?
ఫ్రంట్ ఎండ్ నేర్చుకున్నాను.
ఫ్రంట్ ఎండ్ ఎంతవరకు ఫ్రంట్ ఎండ్లో?
బూట్స్ట్రాప్ వరకు నేర్చుకున్నాను.
HTML, CSS, JavaScript,
jQuery,
Bootstrap, completed. React not done.
Angular నేర్చుకున్నాను.
So our course is planned for the React. Front end in the part we are going with React. Back end part we are going with Node.js. Node.js, MongoDB, Express.js. So coming to the back end, what back end is? What user can't able to see or what user can't able to interact with. So nobody know, right? I'll close on that. Okay. What user can't able to see and what user can't able to interact with is the back end. And how many technologies which are available in the back end? One PHP, one .NET, one Java. So there are a lot of things. And one Python Django, one Python Flask, and one is Node.js. We are moving with Node.js. We are moving with what? Node.js. So this is agenda. This is agenda. We are actually planning for the complete level full stack. And in the part of the front end, we just started HTML yesterday. And what is HTML, guys? Hypertext
markup language.
Yeah, anybody know? Hypertext markup language. And remember one thing, HTML is not programming. HTML is not programming. HTML is simple. HTML is just declarative thing. So you have to declare some tags. With the tags we are constructing the page, we designing the page. That's it. That is HTML. And one more thing, HTML files are saved with HTML files are saved with what? Yes, exactly. So HTML files are saved with .html format. .html format. This is very important. So whenever you are creating some HTML file, that should be saved with .html. So you have to give the format .html. And one more thing is HTML is declarative. HTML is declarative. We have to give the declaration. All the declaration we are going to be designing like this and constructing the thing. So HTML is a combination of tags. HTML is combination of tags. And one more point I will write. With the bricks, what we can do? What is the brick? What is basically brick? Brick and brick and intercom. What we can do with the brick? So with the bricks, what we can do? With the bricks, we can able to construct. home or room, whatever it may be, yeah? Home or room. With the bricks, we can able to construct home or room. Am I right? This is possible. At the same time, with the components, we can able to construct what? Website or web page. So now I am telling one thing. Component is nothing but a brick. Component is nothing but a brick. So you have to understand. Component is nothing but a brick. With the bricks you are constructing home. With components you are developing the web page. You are creating the web page. You are constructing web page. Combination of web pages. We are having a lot of web pages. Combination of web pages we can able to construct a web application. End of the day, we are going to be preparing an application which is same like Amazon, which is same like Facebook, which is same like Myntra, which is same like Instagram, which is same like Zomato, which is same like BookMyShow, which is same like YouTube, whatever it may be. I told you, each and every organization depends on websites now. Website is basically required for each and every organization. You go for health sector, you go for financial sector, you go for banking sector, you go for education sector, you go for food sector. Everywhere you go, web application is important. For every organization, web application is important. That is the reason all companies are recruiting the people for websites. All the companies are recruiting the people for full stack. Now this time, from last 1 to 2 years, full stack is a crazy word. But before 2-3 years, full stack is not a buzzword actually. People are learning front end separately, people are learning back end separately, and going for the jobs. But from last 2 to 3 years, companies are looking for full stack web developers. It means what? They should have front end, they should have back end combination. The guy who is coming with the front end and back end combination, the guy who will be getting selected in the companies. The resume should have the complete technologies, and the resume should have some project. Without having your skills, without presenting your skills with the project level, your resume did not get selected. Damn sure. Sir, I know this. Then what you did with these particular things? What you explore with these particular things? There. So end of the day, what you people have to do is, everybody resume should have some 2-3 projects as a fresher level. But previously, 4 years back, 5 years back, resume should not require any project as a fresher resume. But now I am telling you guys, even though you are going as a fresher, at least you show 1 to 2 projects in your resume. That project completely done by you. You are not copying pasting the others project. You are not copying and doing with others project. You are taking the project name and putting in the resume. That is not a required thing. You are copying the project name and putting in your website. That is not a real thing. The real thing is you have to create your own project and you have to put in your resume. May it will take 1 month more. May it will take 1 month more. We conduct project classes end of the day, end of the course. Everybody should develop one project. I will assign one project for each and everyone. You have to develop it. You have to develop it. I will give you the source how to develop. Then you have to see the particular thing and you have to develop the end-to-end application. End-to-end means front end, this is website, web page, there is some database. So by default, what you people are thinking, website directly communicating with the database and the data is coming to the website. Website directly communicating to the database and data is coming. So how you people think like YouTube working? YouTube by seeing the YouTube, how you people think? Oh, a lot of videos are coming. These videos are coming from database. Database have a lot of data. Everybody know database is data, right? Yes. Website getting the data from the database. Everybody knows that. By knowing the subject, by unknowing the subject, people can able to easily understand data is coming from database to the website. That's it. That is final. Yes. Website getting the data from the database. That is true. But between the website and database, there are so many things. So website having what technology and database is what type of technology. In between, which is the server. there is some kind of component called server. Without server, database and website can't able to interact with. And web-based database between that server. And server also needs some communication with the web page. With web page and server, some communication should be there. This communication is not directly. This is having one more glue point between. This is having one more mediator between. That mediator is some type of text data. Text type data, JSON data, XML data. So we people get understand how the complete website is going to be working on. Then only you people go with the development part. As a web developer, we are the web developer. We should tell, yes, the full-fledged website is working with a lot of things. If you want to develop a website, full-fledged website, we should know some client-side technologies. We should know some server-side technologies. We should know some databases. We should know some data formats, JSON or XML. Yes, sir, there is architecture. Without this architecture, website will not develop. Let me draw the picture. For the new people I am drawing. For old people already know. For the new people I am drawing. So this is the web page. This is the web page, and this is the server. Somewhere it is the database. Is it clear? This is the website, and this is the server. This is the database. What you people are thinking? Website and database directly communicating. Website asking database, and database is sending back the response. This is giving request. This is getting response. So without knowing the background of the website, we have to think like website is asking something to the database, and database is responding back with the website. Database is responding back with the website. By default, we know this one. But as a web developer, we can't say like this. As a web developer, we can't say like this. What web developer should know? This is something like front end. This is something like server. And this is something like database. Now you tell me how this is communicating. Front end is communicating with the server side, and server is going to be asking the database. Database sending back response to the server, and server is responding back to the front end. But this is also not completed. But this is also not completed. So between the front end and server, some more things are there. Between the front end and server, some more things are there. Some more interactions are there. And these particular interactions are some data formats. Without knowing the data formats, without understanding the data formats, we can't able to develop a website. So as a web developer, we should know what are the data formats between the client side to server side. Some data format we know, something like JSON, something like XML. How many people know this one? How many people know this? Some data format is required to translate your JavaScript to server-side programming. Some server-side programming, maybe we are using a Node.js, right? Node.js. And in the part of the front end, maybe we are having a React or JavaScript. No. JavaScript also you can go with the front end, and React also you can go with the front end. So you may think React and Node directly communicating. You may think React and Node directly communicating, but it is not possible. React.js, Node.js directly can't communicate, or React.js with the PHP, Python directly cannot able to communicate. React.js and Java directly cannot communicate. React.js and .NET directly cannot communicate. React.js and PHP directly cannot communicate. Then what? Some data format is required. So here JavaScript, here Python, here JavaScript, here Node.js. So JavaScript actually capturing the data from HTML. JavaScript capturing the data from HTML, and this JavaScript, first of all, JavaScript need to convert into the JSON, and this JSON again sending back to the Node.js. So some sort of conversions are there. Later we can understand all these things. So whatever the JavaScript is there, JavaScript first of all convert to the JSON, then JSON only sending to the Node.js. And whenever you getting back response, whenever the response is coming, Node.js sending to the form of JSON, and JSON we are sending to the JavaScript. So this is the full-fledged architecture of the full stack network. How many people know this? How many people know this? How many you people know this? How website is working? A full-fledged website is working with a lot of technologies, guys. Those particular technologies we are going to be learning here. So before moving to the JavaScript and all, JavaScript is the program level. But before moving to the program, we should understand how to construct the page, right? How to construct the page, how to construct the web page. Then after that, how to give styles, how to give cosmetic changes, how to give decorations, all these things under the CSS. Then only we are moving to the JavaScript. JavaScript is basically functional part of the web page. HTML just for construction, CSS just for decorations, CSS just for giving cosmetic changes, giving styles, giving a vision, so giving a visualization. After that, we will be having the JavaScript. JavaScript is basically functional part, operates on web page. Operations on web page. If you want to do some sort of operation on top of the web page, if you want to click on a button, if you want to scroll the page, if you want to mouse over, if you want to do some click press event, if you want to do some right click event, those are many events which are going to be involved in the part of the web page. All these things are actually working with the JavaScript, and JavaScript having some advanced level library called jQuery. jQuery is nothing. jQuery is basically JavaScript. jQuery is basically JavaScript. jQuery came from JavaScript. jQuery is the superset of JavaScript. jQuery is the lightweight version of JavaScript. Lightweight version. Lightweight version means what? Heavyweight, lightweight. JavaScript we are writing a lengthy code, hundreds lines of the code. But in jQuery we write 20 lines or 15 lines of the code. Same functionality. Same functionality. There is a slider functionality. In JavaScript we are writing a lengthy code, but jQuery within short code we can able to implement. But yeah, so this is very important in the real time. After that, we will be having one more thing called a Bootstrap. What is the importance of the Bootstrap? Bootstrap used for give responsiveness to the web page. Bootstrap used for giving responsiveness to the web page. Your web page need to be adjusted for multiple kind of resolutions. Your web page need to be adjustable or customizable for the multiple kind of resolution. Some resolution is the mobile resolution, some resolution is the tablet resolution, some resolution is the desktop resolution, some resolution is the large scale devices, smart TVs. Okay, if you want to develop some kind of website that should be fit automatically for all the kind of resolutions, then we need to follow the Bootstrap. In olden days, people are working with CSS3 with something like media queries. But now, there is a lengthy code. We have to write for media queries for mobile, for tablet, for desktop. We are writing for each and every page. It is taking a lot of time. Time is decreasing now. Developers need not to spend a lot of time to develop a website. Developers friendly. Who are developers? Who are developers? We are the developers. We are the developers and we feel comfortable with coding part. We feel comfortable with coding part, and Bootstrap came into the picture. Okay. So I can able to create an application within 1 week with Bootstrap, a responsive site. If you master in Bootstrap, you can do in the 2 days also. If you master in Bootstrap, you can do in 1 day also. That comes with practice. You do lot of templates with Bootstrap, then automatically you can able to easily understand where I need to give the grid system, where I need to give the form section, where I need to give the slider section. All these things you can easily understand. Whatever you are developing based on the requirement only. In the learning part, there is no requirement. You are trying a lot of implementation, lot of what is this called? What is this called? Lot of experiments. In the learning time, you are doing experiments. In learning time, you are doing experiments. But in the company, what you are doing? What they are telling, we have to do that. Your experiments only for your practical skills improvement. Your experiments only for your brain trial. Only for your brain trial. But then you are going to the company. Company is going to be giving something. Client is going to be giving something. Based on the requirement, we are doing the work. Is it clear? So that's it enough. And finally, React.js. I told you already why React.js came into the picture. With React.js, you can able to develop single page applications, modern applications. What modern application required? If a lot of customers are coming to the application, sometime application is going to be getting hanged. In olden days, every application is getting hanged. A lot of people at the same time hitting the website, results website, 10th class result, SSC result, intermediate result. Some results came at the morning 10 o'clock, all websites are hanging, all servers are hanging. Why? Because lot of customers hitting at the same time. But nowadays, if some movie is going to be releasing in Amazon, some movie is going to be releasing, and some trailer is going to be releasing in YouTube, lot of customers hitting at the same time. Million people are hitting at the same time. But is it hanging? Is it not giving a response to you? For example, some new trailer came to the picture. Some new movie trailer came to the picture. So some morning 10 o'clock they announced from 1 week they are doing the promotions. Trailer is coming, trailer is coming, trailer is coming. The morning 10 o'clock we are ready to watch the trailer. Everybody hitting at morning 10 o'clock YouTube. YouTube is hanging. YouTube is hanging. Everybody can able to watch now. Yes, obviously. Same time 10 o'clock, number of customers, millions of customers hitting the website. Everybody have a proper response. But this kind of situation not happened in the olden days. Why? Because of they have implemented the websites with the new modern technologies in the client side. Modern technologies can able to take a number of responses at the same time. Server burden is very less, client burden is more. Your client has some burden. So later I will come to the React.js, then I will tell you why React.js is required. What are the different kind of advantages with the React.js? Why client-side pages taking the React.js? We need not to develop the multiple pages for the website. One page having multiple pages injected. That is called single page application development. The total application will be in the single page only. Okay, later we will tell. And coming to the Node.js basically server-side framework where I can able to implement the APIs, creating the APIs for request, creating the APIs for responses, and communicating with the database, storing the data into the database, receiving the data from the database, everything done with the Node.js. There are a lot of validations available with the Node.js, all these things later we will learn. Okay, so this is all about actually full stack architecture. Everybody got understand?
Yeah.
No worries, huh? New people. Any confusion? What is our folder?
No idea.
HAM. Okay, let me create a new folder and 22 by. Okay, inside this I am saving the everything file. Notes also I am saving. And every day I will share the notes in the GitHub. Every day I will share the notes into the GitHub. So I will share the GitHub link end of the class. I will share the GitHub link end of the class. And one more thing, last 2 days also demos. Don't worry guys. New people don't worry. So I am going with scratch level. Now tell me, what is HTML containing with? HTML have two kind of tags. How many tags are there? How many types of tags are there? Two kinds. One is what? Paid. One is what? Unpaid. What is paid? What is unpaid? What is paid? What is unpaid? So yesterday people, maybe before yesterday people already know what is paid tag. It is containing with open tag and
Open tag.
open tag and closed tag. So open tag is must, At the same time, you place the content inside and the close tag. So close tag, this is the syntax. Close tag, this is the syntax. For example, I am taking the paragraph P. P open, P close. For example, I am taking the heading H1 open, H1 close. I am taking the H2 open, H2 open, H2 close. Just try to understand how the tag will be. Try to understand how the tag will be. This is a paired tag. Paired tag means open and close. Entry point, exit point. Entry point, exit point. I want to create a paragraph, guys. How to create a paragraph? Paragraph open, paragraph close. Inside this, put a text. Put a bunch of text. P open, P close. Inside P, put a bunch of text. P is the container. P is the bag. P is the bag. P is the container. Inside the P, you put your content. You put your text. That's it. That is paired tag. Then what is unpaired tag? Unpaired is a single tag. First of all, this is a single tag. Single tag nothing but this is not having pair. Single tag, not pair. Single tag, not pair. Oh, now tell me, what is a single tag? Maybe it is open tag. Maybe it is closing tag. Maybe it is a self-closing tag. Maybe it is open tag, maybe it is a closing tag, maybe it is a self-close tag. Maybe it is a self-close tag. That's it. ఉంటే ఓపెన్ ఉంటుంది, ఉంటే క్లోజ్ ఉంటుంది. అది ద సెల్ఫ్ క్లోజ్ ఉంటుంది. ఏదైనా ఒకటి. సపోజ్ ఓపెన్ ట్యాగ్ మీన్స్ వాట్? సపోజ్ సంథింగ్ లైక్ హెచ్ఆర్ ఇస్ ద ఓపెన్ ట్యాగ్. హెచ్ఆర్ horizontal row. Whenever you want to create some horizontal row, HR, that's it. This is not having closing. Suppose if you want to go with the break, BR, breaking line. This is not having open tag, only closing tag. Another. Only closing tag. Another. Now self-closure tag. What is a self-closure tag? Something like IMG tag. IMG tag is self-closure tag. IMG tag is self-closing tag. Some type of tags, paired tags, some type of tags, unpaired tags. Pair means open and close. Unpaired means open or close or self-close. Open or close or self-close. Any one. That's it. So you try to understand how HTML will be. Okay, I am learning HTML. I want to construct a page, but what are the different kind of ingredients available? What type of ingredient it is? Some kind of ingredient will be open and close. Some type of ingredient will be only open. Some type of ingredient will be only close. Some type of ingredient will be self-close. Got my point, everyone? So then we'll move to the multiple kind of HTMLs now. So already notes saved. Let me, I'm telling to you guys, there are multiple type of editors to develop the HTML. I told you yesterday. And what are the editors? Notepad you can use. You can go for Notepad++. You can go for Visual Studio. Visual Studio. And you will go for the Eclipse. You can go for Sublime Text. Sublime Text. This is I am using now Sublime Text. This is also one editor to develop that. And one more is brackets. One more is Atom. See, editor is not a matter. Any editor you can take. And one more thing is browser. Why? Because web applications are working in browser. Where YouTube will come? YouTube.com, Amazon.com, Facebook.com, Flipkart.com, Myntra.com, .com. What is .com? Tell me tomorrow. So what are the different kind of browsers? Firefox, Chrome, IE, Safari, Opera, then Microsoft Edge, ME, Microsoft Edge, new browser. Okay, these kind of browsers you can use. Any one browser, any one editor, any one browser. Any one editor, any one browser. But I am working with the Visual Studio Code till end of the course. And I am working with the Chrome browser till end of the course. But in real time, you have to check your application with all the browsers. In real time, you have to check your application with all the browsers. Why? Because There are a lot of customers. Some customers are only using IE. Some customers are only using Firefox. Some customers are only using Safari. Apple users are using Safari. Some customers are using only Opera. But whatever the website you are developing, that website should be compatible for all the devices, all the browsers. So most of the components will work with every browser. Sometimes some component is not working, you have to make it compatible for all the browsers. Browser compatibility issues will come. Browser compatibility issues will come in JavaScript. HTML, CSS not comes. Maybe some issues will come in CSS3. Okay, so later we will discuss all this. We will learn all the compatibility issues solve also. Later, so I am tracking the editor what? Visual Studio. So first of all, what you people try to do for install it. Install Visual Studio Code first in your machine. You have a laptops everyone and try to get the Visual Studio Code in your machine. So let me open my Visual Studio Code. This is Visual Studio Code. First of all, everybody download and install Visual Studio Code in your machines. Okay, make it ready. After that, you have to add one plugin. What is the plugin I told? So go with the fifth button left side. Go with the fifth button left side and search for open default browser. Open default browser. Open in default browser. This one. Open in default browser. What is the plugin we have to add? Open in default browser. Open in default browser. So Visual Studio Code. So go to browser. Go to browser. Search for what? Search for Visual Studio Code and install a plugin. What is the plugin, guys?
Open default browser.
What is the plugin? Open.
Default browser.
Let me copy this. Open default browser. So please try to do work on this. So after that you try to start a new program, first program. How to create first HTML I am showing now. Open new file and try to save the file first. How to save the file? File save as. What is our folder? Today folder is 22 by 10 and I am taking the file name first HTML dot or first page. Program name is your wish. File name is your wish. I am taking the file name is first page. .html is compulsory. .html is compulsory. That is extension. Is it visible? Okay. .html. That's it. And now try to write something. I am writing something like full stack. I am writing one more line full stack. How many lines you want? You can write. I am writing number of lines. 4 lines I am writing. Next, open in default browser. So this is the option. What is the option now? Open in default browser. So this is option. This option will not come without having plugin. This option will not come. Don't worry. Install plugin first. What is the plugin we installed? Open in default browser we installed. When we installed open in default browser, this option enabled. Then you click on the open in default browser. Now output came to the browser. What is the browser now? What is the browser output now? Full stack. Everything in same line. Everything in the same line. But no sir, I don't want to go in the same line. I am writing 4 lines basically, but it is going with the same line. And I just want to give a break. I want to give a break every time, sir. If I am giving break, what is going to be happen?
Bring the line.
Now your editor is saying, hey browser, please break the line. please break the line. So we are just telling to the browser, hey browser, please break the line. I want to break. I want break. Then what is happening? You are giving some instruction. You are giving some instruction by the tag. What is the tag called? BR. When I say BR, automatically that is breaking. Okay, let me write H1 tag. What is the H1 guys? Heading, bigger heading. H1 is what? Bigger heading. So try to write different lines of the tags. Each and every tag having specific reason. Each and every HTML tag having some specific reason. BR for breaking the line. P for paragraph. H1 for bigger heading. Form tag for form creation. Table tag for table creation. A tag for anchor tag. iframe for iframe creation. IMG for image creation. For each and every tag having specific reason on top of the HTML, on top of the browser. So each and every tag having specific reason, you have to understand it. BR for breaking, I for italic, B for bold, BEL for deleted text, A for anchor tag, form for form creation, table for table creation, IMG for image creation. Each and every tag we will learn. One time you have to learn, and for your lifetime you will remember. That is the way of learning. You are learning one time HTML, that HTML should be in the brain. Okay? Is it clear? So this is the not right way of writing HTML. This is the right way of writing HTML. This is not a formal way of writing HTML. What is the formal way of writing HTML? Formal way is very simple. So I am writing a formal page now. So formal page dot HTML. What is the formal way of writing HTML? So first of all we have to create HTML. HTML is a container level tag. HTML is what? A container level tag. Entry point of the page. But basically HTML dividing into the two sections. HTML dividing into the two sections. What type of text sections? One is the header section. One is the body section. Please try to understand. HTML dividing into the two sections. I am just giving the comments now. This is the header section. This is the header section. This is the header section. I am just giving the comment. Later I will tell you the comments. Don't worry. And what is this? This is the body section. That is the head section. This is the body section. Now inside the body only, you place your content. Inside the body only you place your content. Whatever the content you want. You want to place a paragraph, you want to place a heading, you want to place a form, you want to place the images. Whatever it is, you place inside the body. So I have the content now. I am copying the content here and now paste inside the body. Don't put inside the header section. Don't put inside the header section. HTML is what? HTML is a root level tag. Am I right? HTML is what type of tag? Root level tag, root level container. And this container having two sections, header section and body section. Header section containing only declarations. Head contains only title, meta, and something like a library integration, something like a style integration, whatever it may be. Later we will learn. Come to the body section. Body section having lot of tags. Your complete page construction part. Am I clear? Now your body having something, so execute it now. Open in default browser. Yeah, as it is. There is no change with the browser. There is no change with the browser. Okay, in this particular way, we are learning the full-fledged HTML. By the next coming week, by the next coming 4 to 5 days, we are learning only HTML. I don't touch CSS. So if I am making merge HTML and CSS, you people get confused. You people not in the track mode. What I will do, I will teach a full HTML first. First I will go with HTML. This. What I will do, first I will go with the HTML. End of the HTML, we will go to the CSS. End of the CSS, we will go to the JavaScript. HTML, CSS integration. Once we are done with HTML, I start CSS and we try to do integration. For each and every HTML component, we try to provide some style, we try to provide some decoration, we try to provide some cosmetic changes. Then after done with my static page, we try to make it dynamic. We try to make it dynamic, clicking on buttons, scrolling the pages, key press events, form integrations, JSON integration, and form validations. All these things we will learn in the part of the JavaScript. Once we end the JavaScript, I will move to the advanced level. Advanced level means HTML5, HTML5, CSS3. HTML5 having new features of HTML. CSS having new features in CSS3 like animations, different things, custom fonts, all these things. After that, we will move to the jQuery Bootstrap. How jQuery will be, the lightweight version of JavaScript. How Bootstrap will be, a responsive site. Now, how React will be. React is a model level application. React is completely having JSX syntax. JSX. We will learn how to write a React code. Then we complete the client side. Then we slowly integrate with the server side. Slowly we are integrating with the databases. So by end of the 2 months, this course is planning for 2 months. I will plan this course for 2 months. Why? Because you will be attending the evening session also. So this is the morning session, right? Morning session I am doing something. And evening session also we have to complete. So connect. How many people are coming evening? Evening time.
At which time?
Huh?
At which time?
We'll tell 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. Not possible. Everybody? Not possible. Java? Java. Some days we'll go for evening, like till JavaScript. Don't you know JavaScript? You know HTML, CSS? Right?
Yeah.
So some days I'll go evening session also. Sometimes I'll go evening session. So, madam, evening okay? Evening okay? Everybody? If people are agree, I will agree.
Yes.
हाँ? क्या हुआ?
नहीं होता सर इवनिंग में.
नहीं होता है?
नॉट पॉसिबल.
आ जाता है?
जब
You also in Java, with you ना? Same हाँ? Okay, let's move to the morning one. Later I will tell you. Here one person is missing, I am not satisfied. Okay, so I don't want to leave one guy also. Let it be, so sometime we will go for morning. So later I will update your timings. Later I will update your timings like morning 8 to 9:30 or 10 o'clock, 8 to 10. Later I will update. Right now some people are actually joining, I don't take much time. Why? Because new people are coming slowly and I just want to improve the batch strength and all. So we go for 1 hour, 8 to 9. So new people get satisfied.
Yeah.
You have any questions about this?
Where is?
Why?
Because of just only started still.
So we are starting.
Yeah.
And he also, this is starting class. No problem. Madam, I'm going to ask you that I'm going to ask you. Please report. Understood? Going forward the same way. There's a speed out in this slow, so that is just inform me. I will just make it slow. If I go slow, you get sleep. If I go slow, you get sleep. That's definitely damn sure. In the morning time, very cool weather, people get sleep. అందుకే ఫ్యాన్ ఆఫ్ చేసిన ఫ్యాన్ ఉంటే కంపల్సరీ వస్తుంది ఫ్యాన్ బంద్ చేస్తే సంథింగ్ స్వెటింగ్ అండ్ యూ గెట్ స్లీప్ యా సో వెరీ హ్యాపీ సో విల్ కంటిన్యూ ఫ్రమ్ మార్నింగ్ 8 o'clock. Tomorrow we have a class. Tomorrow Saturday na? We have class. 8 to 9. Okay. So try to inform your friends and all. Inform your friends. And one more offer I am giving guys. If you join anyone, you get $1,000. I will give you. Definitely. Why? Because of this, I just want to give some full stack awareness. People don't have the awareness, and people are going for AWS, DevOps, all these things. They are actually spoiling their careers and they are spoiling their time. If you are getting one person, if you are joining one person, just inform me. I will give you $1,000. That's all. Okay? Huh? It's sure actually. I'm not kidding actually. Definitely I will. From today. Someone is attending this person and private. Forgetting everything. From today onwards, if you join anyone, I will give you the. You join this now. 2000 you first. Okay, take the GitHub link. What is the GitHub link, Thomas? So please, new people take the GitHub link and download the files. You take a photo. Take the GitHub link photo. Just search in the browser. This is the GitHub link. Search in the browser. You can get the files and all. Daily regular notes is uploading into the GitHub. And what you people do now? Take your breakfast and come and sit in the lab. Do practice first. Afternoon I visit you. Okay, for a few days I will come afternoon. Morning time I have to go to hospital, and I will come evening time. Afternoon time 2:30 and all, and I just go with it. This is practical oriented class, and this is a Java oriented class. My goal is everybody have to get selected. My goal is everybody have to get selected. I don't leave anyone. Okay, so parallel improve your communication skills, please. Okay. Have a great day.